Okay, so chapter 17 of The Only One really throws us for a loop
Yeah.
with Sheng Wang and Jiang Tian.
Huge turn of
It
events.
really is. I mean, from the beginning, their dynamic has been so, uh,
Complicated.
yeah, exactly. And we knew something had to happen. But this chapter just throws a curveball, right?
Right, from rivals to reluctant roommates to, well, we don't even know what to call them yet. But this whole thing with Sheng Wang's drunken act, what do you make of that?
Always Sheng Wang, right?
Hmm.
Always a bit dramatic. But do you think he's being intentional with it? Or is it just him being extra?
I think it's deeper than just playing the fool. He's demanding pictures of his steady walk on an uneven road. It's like he wants Jiang Tian to really see him, acknowledge him.
Yeah, and Jiang Tian picks up on that. He's not totally buying the act, right?
Exactly. He questions whether Sheng Wang's actually drunk, which suggests is the Jiang Tian's paying attention. He's
Yeah.
starting to see through Sheng Wang's facade.
And despite that awareness, he still takes care of him.
Yeah.
Gets medicine, even though Sheng Wang probably wouldn't ask him to.
Exactly. That's what's so interesting here. Jiang Tian consistently goes above and beyond what's expected. It changes how we see their whole dynamic.
And there's the honey water.
Right. Not just any honey water, the same kind his mother used to make.
And he actually drinks it.
That moment, that's huge. It's like this unspoken understanding, Jiang Tian offering comfort, and the fact that Sheng Wang accepts it, drinks it, knowing what it represents. It says a lot about him letting Jiang Tian in, even if it's just a crack in the door.
Yeah, and then he breaks down, goes back to his room.
Hmm.
All that grief comes pouring out. It's almost like a release.
Definitely. And that's what makes what Jiang Tian does next so powerful. He actually goes into Sheng Wang's room, which nobody else does.
That's a big deal,
right.
especially with their history. So he brings the honey water. Is he the only one who's seen a Sheng Wang like that since his mother?
It seems that way, right? And even
Yeah.
then, he still teases him a little, calls it pot washing water. But you can tell something shifted between them. It's like a new kind of intimacy.
It is. It's like that shared moment, even with the teasing, opens up something more genuine. But then Sheng Wang remembers something. That unfinished conversation from the car, like Jiang Tian was about to say something important.
Right, and it comes back to him right after he drinks the honey water, after Jiang Tian takes care of him. Like, maybe now he can think about Jiang Tian differently.
Yeah, maybe. And that, actually, we can try. Just hang in there. It's like it really got to him.
Absolutely. It's leading us somewhere. And remember, this is all from Sheng Wang's point of view. We're seeing Jiang Tian through his eyes.
So when Jiang Tian finally says it, try to be a little closer, it hits even harder.
Totally. And he just says it so casually, like it's nothing. That's what struck me.
Right. It wasn't a big deal. More like an invitation.
Exactly. It shows a different side of him. He's willing to move past their history and see what happens.
It totally changes how their whole relationship feels. Maybe all the fighting was just them keeping each other away.
It's possible.
And now Jiang Tian's the one saying, let's try something different. Let's be closer.
Right.
But the question is, what will Sheng Wang do? It's like everything's about to change, but we don't know how it's going to go.
Right. What does he mean by closer friends? Something more. That's what's so great about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We see them getting closer, but it's awkward. They have all this baggage.
Yeah.
And then Jiang Tian just comes out and says it. Like he's giving Sheng Wang permission to want more.
He is. He is.
And remember how Sheng Wang was fighting against that?
Mm.
Like he wanted to keep Jiang Tian at a distance?
Yeah.
Now Jiang Tian's saying, let's break down these walls.
It's like the author saying, think again. Maybe you had these characters all wrong.
Right. Is this the moment everything changes? Do they finally let go of the past?
It really makes you wonder, can Sheng Wang trust him? Can he risk getting hurt again?
That's what's so brilliant about this chapter. It makes you ask all these questions. Because relationships are never simple.
Especially not this one.
Exactly. And that's what makes this deep dive so interesting. It's not just about what happens. It's about understanding why.
It's about the layers. The things they don't say out loud.
And the way the author uses language to make you feel it all.
Exactly.
So chapter 17, it's not just a turning point in their story. It's a turning point for us as readers. Are we ready to see who these characters really are? Who they could be?
That's the question, isn't it? I know. I can't wait to find out what happens next.
Me neither. This is going to be good.